Hello, my name's Brett Ellis and I work here at expertcrypto.co.uk. Okay, this week the Indian government have been reported as being ready to ban crypto. Actually, that's a little bit wide of the mark. They're actually releasing their own cryptocurrency and therefore they're just going to regulate other cryptocurrencies. It's a mirror image situation in Indonesia, and it's going to be a relief to traders in the region, including in India, which is now the second most populated country on earth. Elsewhere, banks are finally jumping on the Bitcoin bandwagon. Australia have introduced Bitcoin-backed loans, and there's a lot of talk this last week with the US being very close to doing the same. However, I would urge caution and request you never ever put Bitcoin into a bank, because there are very few, if any, regulatory controls at the moment. You could lose your entire investment, especially if there is another global financial crash. Talking of crashes, there was of course a big crash last week with 22% being wiped off the value of Bitcoin at one point and 35% of many altcoins being lost, the value of altcoins being lost last week. Elsewhere, El Salvador have made the news after buying another 150 Bitcoin. They now have a total of 1,270 Bitcoin. Now, although that's made the headlines, in total, the country only has £60 million worth of Bitcoin. Why are they doing this? It's because the USD is their base currency. Inflation is crippling them, so a move towards Bitcoin actually makes financial sense. Some hacking took place over the last week as well. $200 million went missing from Bitmark, and Badger DAO was hacked for $120 million, with $90 million of that coming from one poor punter alone. Ouch. MicroStrategy, however, purchased $414 million of Bitcoin, bringing their total to $3.5 billion. They're now sitting on billions of reserves, and the safest place to put these reserves with interest non-existent is crypto. Now, talking of crypto, Crypto.com again has been in the news. They continue their aggressive expansion plans by buying 2 new exchanges this week. Okay. Meanwhile, Jack Dorsey stepped down as the Twitter CEO, and the rumour is that he's now concentrating on the company Square as he's looking to take it and move it completely into a cryptocurrency company. Wednesday's congressional hearing in the USA heard executives from Coinbase, Circle, Stellar and FTX testify to US legislators and officials as they try to better understand cryptocurrency. The SEC chairman, Gary Gensler, said last week that crypto needs more regulation as it is, and I'll quote, rife with fraud, scams and abuse in certain applications. Elsewhere in the US, however, the Southern Poverty Law Center, or the SPLC, released a report examining the extensive ties between the far right and Bitcoin, many of who they claim have built fortunes in cryptocurrency and transfer money in cryptocurrency, so therefore untraceable. The Hate Watch report shared its findings on how these right-wing extremists and white supremacists have used cryptocurrencies, and they report they've amassed tens of millions of dollars in crypto donations. In the UK, MPs have called upon the FCA, the Financial Conduct Authority, to limit the use of the word invest and investment by cryptocurrency firms for promotional purposes. MPs at the Treasury Select Committee told FCA Chief Nikhil Ratty that the use of the phrase your investment often portrays that these are on the par with FTSE 100 companies. Okay. The CEO of the FCO issued the following statement when asked about the risks of the under-regulated crypto sector in this country, when she said, when we talk about the compensation scheme, we have to draw some pretty clear lines. I would suggest anything crypto related should not be entitled to compensation, and consumers should be clear about that when investing. And finally, it's worth noting that Dogecoin at number 4 and Ethereum at number 10 are the most searched Google terms worldwide for 2021, quite remarkably. Okay, that's all from me. Enjoy the next week's trading. Keep watching expertcrypto.co.uk. My name's Brett Ellis, and I'll speak to you again next week.